What is up, everybody? We're back here today with another video, and in today's video we're going to talk about a band that is very special to me. We're going to talk about Green Day, everybody, the one and only legendary band Green Day. But first, I want to thank you and everybody that watched the previous video before this one. I was just kind of experimenting, and I made that video before work. So yeah, guys, thank you guys so much. And yeah, we're in Yanel here by the ogres, and I gotta slay about 60 ogres here to progress my slayer. We're at 23. We're at combat level 52, and these ogres are level 53. So yeah, we're gonna just come over here and slay these ogres and talk about Green Day, one of the best bands of all time in my opinion. I don't even know if it's an opinion at this point. It's really just kind of fact. Like, everybody knows Green Day, you know what I'm saying? And I don't even know where to start with this band. I know like everything about them. I know like every single song. I know almost all the demos. I was really hyped to hear the American Idiot demos, especially the Homecoming demo. Oh my gosh, what's going on here? I first want to say I first got into like punk rock when I was really young. I heard the song Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana when I was a little kid. For some reason, that song just is so magical to me. It's one of the best songs I've ever heard in my life, honestly. And since a kid to an adult today, that's a song I come back to on repeat. But Green Day is a band that I always come back to ever since a little kid and as an adult. They just, you know what I'm saying? Their older records hit, their newer songs are, I mean, we're gonna get into all that. But I first got into Green Day so my parents had a lot of music CDs around. They weren't musicians, but they had a lot of music around. They grew up in the 90s, you know what I'm saying? So they had a lot of CDs. I remember one day I was just messing around in their car, in one of the cars, and I found the Green Day CD in the car, and I picked it up, and it was Dookie by Green Day, and the art looked so cool. I remember looking at it and I was fascinated, like, what is this? And I just remember later going onto the internet, onto YouTube, and just typing Green Day in the search bar, and that just opened my world to music beyond expanses that I can never explain and be thankful for. Other than like Nirvana, Green Day was like, they were my, like, as weird as it sounds, like as a kid when I was like 13 or something, they were my identity. You know what I'm saying? Like Billy Joe, like I want to say he inspired me to play guitar because I started playing guitar way before I ever heard of Green Day. But Billy Joe and the way he just shreds guitar is insane, dog. Like, you know, he's just smashing power chords, simple power chords, but no one does it like Billy Joe, dude. And then you have Mike Dirt on the bass, and as I got a little older, I started to appreciate Mike Dirt and his sound a little bit more. And I've always loved Trey Cool and his drumming. Drums are like my favorite instrument, you know what I'm saying? Other than like guitar. Yeah, the bass on Green Day records are insane, bro. If you actually listen to the bass on the records, especially their early cuts, yo, like Mike Dirt, it was on something, yo. Like, he was really on something. Like the song Longview, for example, like he was literally on something when he wrote that song, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I got into Green Day really young, and I remember making YouTube videos, lyric videos to like Kerplunk. And that's what I want to talk about today, guys, is the album Kerplunk. Kerplunk is probably my favorite album by Green Day by a long shot. Like, yeah, you got Dookie, it's a classic, but I think Kerplunk really encapsulates what Green Day was as a punk band. Like, that was the pinnacle of who they were as a punk band, because that was the moment before they signed on to a major record label and the whole thing before major record labels and the punk scene would tussle and start to infuse. But that's what Green Day kind of was. And I would say that Nirvana kind of broke it first, but Green Day was the band that changed everything, in my opinion. And yeah, they're not as kick-ass as like Metallica or like Alice in Chains. Like, I would want to be talking about those guys, and those were bands that I was interested in. But Green Day was a band that just makes me want to get my friends together and just start our own band. and like kind of like what I did growing up. And it was all kind of influenced just by Green Day. Yeah, there was a ton of other bands. Like right now I'm listening to a lot of Oasis, and Oasis is another band that I really love. But Green Day, I think, is just different because, you know, they were American kids in the Bay of California in a small town, rural town, nothing to do, just kind of like Kurt Cobain, you know, and that's kind of like where I'm from. But I'm from both areas. I'm from California and Washington. It really resonated with me as a kid growing up, being around these areas that, these musicians that I've looked up to, even like Jimi Hendrix. Like, he was more from the Seattle area, but he still inspired me as a kid, just being a freaking shredder on the guitar and just his musicianship and who he was as a person. You know what I'm saying? And I won't say like Billy Joe. It's quite interesting because Billy Joe has his own personality, but it doesn't seem as loud as like Kurt Cobain or even Jimi Hendrix. It's not as loud of a personality. Like, I sometimes enjoy the political statements he says because I'm a very apolitical person. So when he goes like in on politics, I'm like, yeah, don't want to be a MAGA agenda. Like, I just support Green Day and like whatever they do because Billy Joe just seems like just that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just that guy. And another thing that I was into when I was a kid was the band Emily's Army. I saw something they posted on the internet that they were going to be in my town. So I met up with them, and that's when I met Joey and got his autograph on my guitar, Billy Joe's son. And I know that he got into some controversy, and I don't really want to talk about that. But all I do want to say is that I still have the autographs from all those guys. I still have it on my guitar. I still want to look at it every day. I don't even know what to say because Green Day is such a big part of my life. Like, they were literally there since a kid to this moment. Like minutes before I start making this video, I'm blasting old Green Day songs, and it's either from Kerplunk. It's mainly a lot of Kerplunk, but I do like a lot of Dookie songs. I'm just praising them to the highest extent because, you know, a lot of people hate on Green Day and a lot of people don't think they're awesome or this or that. Kind of like old school RuneScape, you know what I'm saying? Like, most of my friends like hate on old school RuneScape, but I love it. I love Green Day. A lot of my friends hate on Green Day, never play Green Day, but I love them. You know what I'm saying? They make a lot of people like make fun of them. We just leveled up here. 42 defense, hooray, let's go. But yeah, Green Day, a lot of people hate on them. All I want to say to the Green Day haters is that, you know, you'll never have a career like Billy Joe, man. You'll never have a career like Green Day, dude. They've literally have been doing what they've been doing since like they were kids. Literally since they were kids. Like, how not a lot of people can say they rock stadiums at the age they are, or even at all in their lives. Yeah, sure, they might have had like a few big gigs, but they're consistently selling out stadiums, you know, with a 40-year career. If that isn't impressive, then I don't know what is, man. And, you know, I respect them because man, like, their music is insane, dude. Like, some of the songs off Kerplunk, you know, are like, you have 2,000 Light Years Away. You have the song 80, Christie Road. You know, the whole album is a bop. You know, you have all these parts in the old songs that were so cool. Like the song 80, where the bridge of that song, where it's just like, and it has the water and the guitar, and it seems so frightening. Time passes by like lightning. Like, dude, come on, dude. Like, that is so original for the time it came out, in my opinion, dude. Like, you hear like breakdowns in music and like hardcore music now, but like Green Day was like a breakdown in a Green Day song that I always think about is in the song Who Wrote the Holden Caulfield, and the bridge, the breakdown of that song, the bum 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 you know what I'm saying? Like, that's like a breakdown, dude. You know, people just go moshing. And then even their older records, Slappy Hours, man, Going to Palace Sequoia, here we go again, evacuation touches me just when I thought that it would end. You know what I'm saying? Like, that song would have been so fun to be in the club, like a little club with like 100 people in, and just be dancing around, like, hearing, you don't even care, like, they're just a local band or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And they're just playing this legendary song. You know, my favorite song of all time by Green Day, I would say would have to be When I Come Around, dog. Like, just the simplicity of that song is so awesome. It's so simple, and the song is just so well written, and that's just Billy Joe's highlight in lyrics, you know, as a songwriter. You don't need crazy anything to make good music. You just need like your friends, or I don't know, man. Like Green Day really inspired me, and that song When I Come Around is one of the most inspiring things to me ever. But yeah, guys, I think that's gonna wind down this video. I can go on and on and on and on about Green Day, and maybe I'll make another video about Green Day. But yeah, Green Day is just one of those bands, guys. I think we're gonna finish this ogre and we're gonna call this video good, guys. Yeah, guys, shout out Green Day, shout out Joey. That's gonna conclude today's video, guys. Thank you guys so much. Hope you guys have a good day. Peace out, guys. Peace.